Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to go through variables, constants, and IB outlets. So I'll go through the definitions, I'll give you a few examples, then I'll show you my application examples. I've created an application, yes I have, and a conclusion. So now going on to the definitions. So variables. So variable is a data item, that may take on more than one value. Think about it like a glass of water. The glass stays the same, but the contents inside it changes. In a variable, the name stays the same, but what you put inside it changes. So now onto constants. They're just a data item that stays the same, so you can just never change it. It stays constant throughout the whole duration of your program. Now, IB outlets. So you define the behavior of your view controllers in code by creating and implementing custom view controller subclasses. You can then create a connection between those classes and scenes in your storyboard to get the behavior you defined in code and the user interface you defined in your storyboard. So that's the three definitions, and now I'll go into an example. So what I want you to do is go to Xcode. Sorry. Yes, go to Xcode, click get started with a playground, just type in variables and constants, click next, save it somewhere. And yeah, so here's the first example. So it's very simple. So you declare it. So in this case it's var, and then you go the name, and then you just go whatever you want it to be. So let's just say person one's name is Stephen. And then yep, it shows up there. And it's very easy to change. You just type back in the name, person one name equals, and then just change it back to whatever you want. So let's just do John. Yep, there you go. So it changed. So it's as easy as that for changing it. So you just do name and then whatever you want to put in it again. So I'll leave that up there. So that's variables. And that's how you do a comment, by the way. Sorry, did that. That's variables. And then here are constants. So you declare a constant by saying let, then whatever the name, we'll just do height in this case, equals 175. Come up here, yep, on the right, 175, there we go. And if I try to change it, it will not work. Because it's a constant, it has to say constant. It will come with an error saying, cannot assign to value height is a let constant. So it's not mutable, you cannot change it. So that's the most simplistic type of variables and constants. So just declaring it, saying a name equals, and then value. But if you want to get more complex, you can, this applies to both, by the way. You can declare it. So let's just do a variable. Declare the variable by typing var. You can enter in a name. So let's just do name. Then you do a colon, what you want the value to be. So in this case, we want it to be a string, equals Jim, for instance. And then, so anything you put into that will be a string. And then you can just change it again. So name equals, let's say, John again. And then, yeah. So still same thing applies. You can still change it, but it has to be whatever that value is, a string. And likewise for a constant. So let name to, we'll do height to colon. So in this case, it's an integer equals 175. And with integers, there are two types. There's an integer and a float. So I'll show you what a float does. That's essentially just a decimal. You can do like whatever, and then it'll print that out. Yeah, there to 4 decimal TP. So yeah, those are the types of variables and constants. So you got your two simplistic ones up here, and how to change a variable right there. And then you got your three complex ones. So you got your variable there, change there, and then you got your two constants here, with an integer being a whole number and a float being a decimal. So that's variables and constants. So now you can exit out of that, open it back up, and now I want you to click create a new Xcode project. And I just want you to do single view application, product name, we'll just do IB outlets tutorial. But you guys can name it whatever you want. You can put your name, identifier, so you can come up with a catchy name. I just did VTech because that's the name of this YouTube channel. You can do your coding language, what device you want. Just tick these two bottom ones, include unit tests and include UI tests. That's basically so that you can test the app. And then go next, save it somewhere, create. And so now from here I want you to go to main.storyboard. And so remember in my last video how I talked about this being a storyboard, and this being a library? So I want you to go to the library, go down to filter, and just type in label. Drag it, drop it onto the view controller, and now what I want you to do is click this button, the assistant editor. Click that, and then just hold down the control button, click, drag, and drop. Easy as that. Leave the connection as outlet, name, let's just do label, actually IB outlet. Just leave everything else, just connect. So that's label. And for instance, if you're doing a button, you want to drag and drop, and the same thing, control, click, drag. And for a button, don't click outlet, click action. And you can do type, UI button, and event, just do touch up inside sender, and then just name it. So we'll just do button. But yes, that's like to do the segue via the control, the code editor. So but if you wanna just customize it and stuff, we'll do another button here. If you wanna just customize the button, and that's all you wanna do, you can do another one, and let's do outlet button 1, UI button week, and then you can customize that button. And essentially you just do Command S. So click in it, Command S to save it. Close it. Go to View Controller, and so these are sort of like your variables. We'll go through func, which is function, a bit later on in the series, and you can just basically do whatever you want with it. So if you just go IB outlet, you can do the text from here. So we'll just do label text thing. You can do that. You can also change the text color. So let's just make it UI color red. So that's like with labels. And if you want to do the bottom one, you can also do like, let's see, you can do like attributed title, background image for a specific state. So, and you can change title color. You can have a little description for it. So these are just the properties within this main family. So I can show you what that one does. So I can just set title. So we'll just do button for UI control state, and then they'll have all these different ones. So I just do normal. That's really the only one you need to know about. So that's just a bit about that one. Likewise, we can change the text color. tint color, yeah. And yeah, so that's a bit about IB outlets. We'll be going through that a bit later on when we when I go through my application at the end of the series. So yeah, so that's a bit about IB outlets. So yeah, and ooh, sorry, and so here's my application example. So I got, yeah, this is a bit of Sprite kit here. Yeah, so I got all my variables and constants listed here. And yeah, as I did here, CG float, bool, CG float, yeah. So those are my variables and constants, and also these are a few of my IB outlets here. So yeah, I've just dragged and dropped them from my storyboard. Yeah, so if you want to know what's connected to what with IB outlets, you can go to the arrow, click that, and you can see what it's connected to for each asset. Yeah, it's very easy. So that's it for this uh, tutorial. The next video I'll be going through arrays and conditional statements, and also here are the um, definitions if you need to see them again. So we got variables, the constants, IB outlets. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you ever be so generous, can you subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and with the comments, just tell me what I need to improve on, and also tell me anything that you want added in as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.